And today's issue, shade. Seems to be cooling my greenhouse down and keeping my water temperature very low. And even though I have two 300-watt heaters in there, and all the way up here on the roof I have a solar heater built from a pool panel. I'm still not getting temperatures warmer than 13 degrees. So at the moment, I'm going to build a heat sink barrel and try and run all this piping in a coil through the barrel with the barrel heating up with the 300-watt heaters and see if we can't get this water warmer. As you can see, I have two very big trees that shade my greenhouse. Hindsight would have been better to build over there in the sun, but best laid plans, mice and men and all that. Here we go. Now the idea is to put those three poles on that piece of plastic, coil all this hose around it, and then slide it into that barrel with two heaters. So the water will come in through one hole, out through the other. Won't actually make contact with the water, but will travel through the pipes and heat up and then come out into the fish tank at the temperature we want. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, it's all coiled around with lots and lots of cable ties, which I'll trim up as I put it into the barrel. It's 20 metres they're wrapped around to go inside of there. So just like this, when it's all slid in, the water will come in from one side, coil right around the outside first, and then come back up through the centre of the coil and then exit out the top of the barrel. So hopefully we won't have any dramas. I'll drop a heater down the side, use a tap on the input side so I can control exactly how much water flows in and out, and that'll adjust the time the water spends in coiling around the outside. In the centre there will be where the heater will be, and then it will hopefully warm it up and send it back out to the fish tank. Okay, she's all plumbed in. There's no water in the barrel as yet. Just running through checking for leaks. It comes up to the original pipework and across to both fish tanks. Again, things like this pipe running to the other fish tank. So we keep it warm while it gets over to there. But as present, it's making a really cool noise because the pipe's irrigated and the water's flowing through it. So what we'll do now is top this up, drop the heaters in, leave the water off for an hour or two so we can't get the water up to temperature, and then see how we go. So at the moment we have one water heater on the outside, one water heater on the inside, which are both from the fish tanks up there. I'm just waiting for the water to fill it up and we'll see how we go. Now I've just connected it to the old lines. I run a pool noodle for insulation to this side. Try and keep it as warm as possible before it hits the tank. But at the moment, I'll just show you the measurements of the water tank. We're sitting at about 12 degrees in our water. So we're hoping we're going to increase that a little bit. 12 degrees in there, and probably can't see that very well, but that's 12 degrees in there as well. Yeah. Water in this one is also, oh, it's a bit colder actually. It's about 10 degrees. So we have those heaters down there set at 30, which one of those is supposed to heat up 400 litre tank in about an hour. So with the two of them in there, I'm hoping they'll keep up with the water flow. If not, we might have to slow the water flow down and hopefully not cause a nitrite spike in the system without the water turning over in the fish tank quick enough. Often you can get nitrite spikes and ammonia spikes because the water's not being circulated enough. I'll just bring the light up here and see if I can show you some of the fish. At the moment we can't see past the air bubbles. Our new aerator is working exceptionally well. There you go, we turn the aerator off, and down there on the bottom you can see all our fish swimming around. Even though they're jade perch, they're not eating a lot at the moment. They're not coming to the surface, basically because it's cold, so we're trying to keep the temperature up to keep those fish going and hopefully improve the growth rates.